Ready to Love Season 5, Episode 2, and we are talking about Laverne, Carmen, and Precious. And I know that Laverne told us last week that he wanted an alpha female, but after this week, I'm wondering, does he want an alpha female or does he want a drill sergeant? Which is it? One thing I've learned is that, when people start using these words out here, sometimes they don't line up with my definition. Last year I learned that assertive versus aggressive cause all kind of problems. Some people said, oh, that's not aggressive, that's assertive. I was like, no, that's aggressive. So you know what? When he starts talking about alpha female, I'm wondering what you mean by alpha female. Because when I hear alpha female, I hear highly ambitious, independent, strong opinions, or outspoken, a go-getter, high confidence. That's what I hear. But then when you start hearing Laverne describe things, and I was like, he was asking the one girl, the new girl, Carmen, like, when I get out of line, how you rein me in? I was like, what that got to do with being an alpha female? That sounds like somebody, like you need a drill sergeant. What you want me to say? Drop and give me 50? Give me 100 pull-ups? What you need me to do? Go run in the rain and give me 2 miles around the track? I don't know. That don't sound like no alpha female. That sounds like you need a drill sergeant. And I know you from the military, but is that what you're looking for? A drill sergeant? And then she was like, well, I'll whisper in your ear. And he was like, oh, and then you're gonna give me something special that night. What? I'm supposed to reward bad behavior with sex too? Is this what you think an alpha female is? Rewarding bad behavior with sex? From last week, he said that he liked Precious. And we all know that Precious, of all the women, she's more on the assertive side. She goes for it. She goes no matter what the room is saying. That's one thing about Precious. I can commend her for that in the business world, but I think she misses a lot of cues in the room when she does that in dating, because she goes after Demetrius hard. Even on this episode, she's like, oh, when we gonna get together? When we gonna go out? And Demetrius is sitting over there like, yeah, let's go out. Let's go out. Girl, he ain't interested in you. He is not interested in you. But she's so strong-headed. She's so, has so much confidence. She's not even looking at how he's responding to her, and she's sticking with her strategy. And what she doesn't understand is he ain't interested in that. He is not attracted to that assertiveness of Precious. Not at all. I'm not a fan of P.O., but when he was talking to her and he was telling her that, he can be a little salty, and a lot of women, want their sugar before the salt. And he told Precious, yeah, I think you could be a little rugged. And Precious' response to him was, oh yeah, don't threaten me with a good time. She's assertive. I mean, it's good for some laughs and everything, but I'm not for sure everybody's attracted to it. That's all I'm saying about Precious. I think she'd be fun to be around. I love to hang out with her. But like I said, people ain't on here to get girlfriends, so she might want to reevaluate. Does her strategy make girls laugh and make us have a good time watching her? Or do men really like it? Sometimes alpha females, they do have this can-do spirit, like nothing is outside of what they can have. They're ambitious, they set goals, and sometimes they carry that over into dating. But the thing is, men aren't possessions, men aren't goals, men aren't gold stars. So even though that determination, grit, win at all costs, or don't let any obstacles get in your way, maybe works well in the business world and makes them successful, it isn't always what works in dating, because a lot of men don't like to feel conquered. They don't like to feel dominated. They don't like to feel like the prey that you have captured. And I think that's why sometimes it doesn't translate well into the dating world. Sometimes it does, but a lot of times it just doesn't. So we do see the scene where Carmen gets to go out with Laverne, and when they meet and they actually find out they do have a lot of things in common. They're both ex-military. They both find out they're divorced. Laverne is a girl dad, so he's divorced for 10 years. So he's only like 41. So he must have got married and divorced, by the time he was 30. And then you also find out that Carmen is a divorced mom, single mom. She's a brand management, a CEO of her company. She walks in with this big old necklace that says powerful. And I was like, oh, why does she have that on? I don't know why she's wearing that. I mean, I just don't know why. I don't even know why a person walks around with a necklace like that says powerful. Why does that need to be something that you advertise, or that's the first thing you want people to see about you? I don't know. It was just really, really weird to me. Anyway, she and Laverne hit it off. She's squeezing on his booty, because he's an ex-bodybuilder. He compliments her on her body. He says he likes her thick. And so he liked that. And she said, yeah, I work out 5 days a week. He says, oh, that's good because he's an ex-bodybuilder. So they exchange their little compliments on each other's bodies, everything. I thought that was good. And I like the fact that, she let him compliment her first and then she reciprocated, as opposed to some of these women, they straight comment, oh, you look good, you this, you that. God, let the man compliment you first. Nothing is wrong with that. And then you can reciprocate. So I did like at least he led with the compliments and then she reciprocated. And that's when he starts talking about, how he's a lot and, he needs a strong alpha female. He's like, you're alpha female, right? I mean, Laverne. And so she's, basically she's like, yeah, she is. I'm CEO of my company. I'm an alpha female. He's like, okay, well, when I'm out of line and, everything like that, how are you going to rein me in? First of all, why I need to rein you in? You're a grown ass man. You don't know how to self-regulate yourself. You need someone to rein you in. And I don't know if an alpha female even wants that job. She too busy out here conquering the world. What she got time to be babysitting you? And that's the thing that Precious said that she didn't know if she liked about Laverne, was that she liked that he was outgoing and he liked to talk, but it was also one of the things that made her uncomfortable. Alpha females ain't trying to babysit you. They out here conquering the world and doing all kind of stuff. Remember, they boss ladies. They ain't trying to necessarily run you too all the time. No, Laverne. Do you need a mama? Do you need a drill sergeant? What you need? This is telling me that Laverne must have in previous relationships, maybe he felt like the woman was, too timid, or, she was too weak, I guess, to sort of rein him in. Why is that her responsibility to rein you in? And this is the thing I don't like about when people come into relationships just wanting to be their same self over and over and over again, waiting to find for someone to put up with who they are. That's a bad strategy. When you are in relationships and you keep finding that a part of you is not gelling well with people, maybe you need to change that part of you. You can't change everything about yourself, but maybe you ought to start looking at, hey, maybe I shouldn't put so much responsibility on the other person to make up for parts of me that aren't, whatever. If you loud and abrasive, don't be talking about, oh, I want someone who's quiet so you can just keep being loud. No, be quiet or something. And it sounds like that's what Laverne is looking for. He's not looking to change himself and parts of him that didn't work well in relationships. He's looking for a woman who can deal with it. No, you need to change. Everybody needs to change when they come to relationships, because if you don't change, you are putting all the work on the other person to do all of the balancing out. And that's not fair, because then they can't be themselves because they're so busy doing something different to accommodate you. They can't be something. So no, both people need to change and come together and balance each other out. That's what's needed. Not you get to do what you want, Laverne, and then I got to come in and rein you in. I'm not doing that. We also see that Carmen went on another date with Clifton, and what was a group date. And, she's sitting there and she's there simulating playing golf or whatever else. And so Clifton comes up behind her and says, oh, I'll help you. He's kind of up on her booty a little bit. And Joy's sitting there looking. Joy tried to act like she wasn't a little bit jealous, but I know she was a little worried for a minute. But after a while, I think she relaxed and realized that Clifton ain't into Carmen, because he started talking about her blue eyes. Joy up here trying to talk about how, hold my hair, because I know a lot of women out here don't wear their real hair. And so she felt that was her advantage. But lo and behold, what she didn't know was Clifton was fixated on them fake blue eyes and was like, oh, he couldn't get past them fake blue eyes. So I don't know, Carmen, you touting the real hair, but you're wearing the fake blue eyes. I don't know which is better. But I didn't get mad at her. I know a lot of women get mad about, her saying about her hair was real. But what's wrong with it? You hear women out here, fake booties versus real booties. Real booties talk about fake booties all the time. So listen, every woman knows what their advantages are out in the marketplace, or they should know. And if she feels that having her real hair is an advantage because some men don't like to date women who wear weaves and wigs, it is true. So she can say that's her advantage, just like some women who have nice booties or big booties realize that they have an advantage over women who have little booties or fake booties. So to me, I didn't have no problem with her stating it was her advantage. Now, the only thing I thought was like, I don't know if it's going to outweigh them fake blue eyes. I really don't. We'll see how it goes with Laverne and these two ladies between Precious and Carmen. We'll see. We'll start getting him narrow down his definition of alpha female. But right now, I'm picking up on more. He looking for a drill sergeant, a truant officer, I think he's looking for something different than the alpha female. His definition does not line up with mine. But what do y'all think? Talk to you later. Bye.